My fiancé and my best friend drugged me and forcibly dragged me into that renowned New York tycoon's penthouse suite. I finally let out a sigh of relief. Finally home. My fiancé thought I was delirious from fear and grabbed my chin viciously. Our company's survival depends on this deal. I heard Mr. Holt had a first love who died, and your face happens to look somewhat like hers. Be a good girl and keep him company well. Once we land this contract, I might be generous enough to throw you some cash. My best friend covered her mouth with a coy laugh. Exactly. You should be grateful for the chance to accompany Mr. Holt. Don't be ungrateful. As the drug took effect, I was roughly shoved through that gold-trimmed door. No one noticed the mockery flooding my eyes as I leaned against the leather sofa. The Mr. Holt they spoke of, that ruthless, cold-blooded business legend, was actually my father. Today, they personally delivered me back to my dad. Tomorrow, they'll learn what it means to wish for death. The drug crawled through my veins. Even moving a finger made my bones ache. I forced my eyes open, my vision settling on the hand-carved golden iris pattern on the ceiling. That was the Holt family crest. Before I turned 18, this flower was embroidered on the collar of every custom nightgown I owned. Beyond the door, Ethan's voice dripped with greed. Summer, is the intel reliable? Will Theodore Holt really come to this suite tonight? My best friend Summer couldn't hide her excitement. Paid 200 grand for information from his driver. He'll be here at 11 sharp. When he opens that door and sees a woman who looks exactly like his first love lying here, she sneered. No one would turn down such a perfect surprise served right to them. Maybe Mr. Holt will be so pleased he'll hand us that billion-dollar development project in the South District. Listening to their gleeful whispers outside, I bit down hard on my tongue. I'd worked myself sick with exhaustion and stress for Ethan's pathetic company. I'd treated Summer like my closest friend. In return, they rolled around in bed in the apartment I rented with my own hard-earned money. Now they had no qualms about selling me off as a bargaining chip, pricing me like a commodity and forcing me into another person's quarters. My stomach cramped violently. My nails broke off in the leather sofa, but the pain didn't compare to 1/10,000th of what churned in my heart. But they didn't know. My father was Theodore Holt. His first love was my mother. But years ago, my father had an affair with a young celebrity. Heartbroken, my mother took her own life, and I left home in a fit of fury. These years, my father and I maintained an unspoken agreement not to disturb each other's lives. He just kept depositing money into my bank account, afraid I might suffer. Ethan and Summer thought I was some helpless orphan squandering her parents' inheritance. That's why they dared to use me as a bargaining chip so brazenly. Yet even though my father betrayed my mother, he loved me to an excessive degree. Years ago, a wealthy youth spoke indecently to me, and my father ruined his business overnight. If he saw these vile people humiliating me and offering me up to him as a cheap tool in his private suite, then they would not even be granted the chance to plead for mercy. Oh right, Summer deliberately raised her voice. Once we land the Holt contract, we should finally have our wedding. Let's get that diamond ring Olivia was eyeing but couldn't afford. Ethan laughed indulgently. Of course. We'll use the profits from this deal to buy you that diamond ring. I stared at the ceiling, the coldness in my eyes nearly freezing over. The intel was correct. My dad would definitely come here because today was his and my mother's wedding anniversary. My mother took her own life in this room years ago. He returns here every year to remember her. Every year on this day, countless people sent him women. This year's surprise just happened to be me. The next second, the door suddenly burst open. Ethan stepped forward and snatched my hair harshly. A